Hello you lovely people and welcome. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the radar panel, the head down display and the weapons. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of the throttle. As you can see, we've got our head down display here, and we can change some bits and pieces to that from the radar panel over the side here. So let's go from left to right in a horseshoe shape, and I can tell you what's functional, what's not. So we've got a dimmer, not functional. Button here, not functional. Master selector, not functional. Traffic will show you traffic on the RWR. Anything outside here will show as a green dot. Anything within the critical zone will show as a upside down chevron, and will show anything up to 20 nautical miles on it. Aircraft should be picked up on here, but I've yet to see that. Coming down, we have power mode, not functional. Another button here, not functional. PSC, not functional. Sweep mode, now this is functional, but I'll just show you that in conjunction with something else. Track lines, not functional. Air-to-air mode selector, if we click that and bring it across, we now have an air-to-air radar attack profile on the radar. As far as I'm aware, it only just shows that. I don't think there's anything else in it. If we bring it back all the way, there we go. Other buttons not functional. AC, per is not functional. Terrain, that's functional. We click that and it will show us a ground map. Now the reason I wanted to save the sweep mode for this, because it pretty much shows it better than anything else. So as you can see, we've got the radar sweeping left and right. At the moment we're at 60-degree angle of sweep. Now we can narrow that to 30 degrees. As you can see, anything within this sweep will show up, anything outside of it shouldn't. And then if we are really after a target and we want to focus our radar energy in one particular place, we can bring it into 15. As you can see, it's going nuts there. So anything within that 15-degree angle of angle sweep there will be shown up. So basically, if you're looking as if in this mode we've got a massive 60-degree angle cone coming out of the aircraft, with each flick of the switch it's just getting narrower and narrower. Okay, so we'll keep that on 15 for now. We can take terrain off with that button again. Visu will bring up weather radar as shown now, but as you can see, as we've got no weather in Cambrai at the moment, nothing's showing up. So click that again. DEC will show our weapons that we're carrying. And all we have at the moment is 125 rounds in each gun. So we will close that for now and come back to that a bit later. And then radar gain, nothing. Mode, nothing. Val will change this so you can add weapons to your aircraft. Last one is radar range. So we've got 10 degrees out, 10 nautical miles out, 20, 40, 80. So this will be your furthest one. And if we go on terrain, that should show this. Okay. Not the radar again, get it right. Okay, that's the opposite of what I just did, I apologise. Okay, so we're zooming fully. As you can see, we've got Cambrai there, and then zooming all the way out to 80, and you can see the coast, northern coast of France up there. If we bring the sweep back to 60, you'll see that there. So let's bring the range all the way back again. Okay, so that's the radar panel there. Now we're going to look at loading the weapons. As we press Val, and zoom in on this one. So the gun is already inserted, and the GBUs we will select using the tick, and then we're going to add Mark 82s, Mark 82, the Super 530 Delta, and the R550 Matramagic 2, and we're going to balance that out either side. We don't need to carry tanks, so let's get back across, tick up, come back across, tick that, come up, across, tick, cross, tick. Now at any point you can obviously click the X to remove, and that will remove the weapon. So we're going to close that, and now we'll jump outside and have a look at the outside of the aircraft. Right, so looking at the fully tooled aircraft here, we've got obviously our built-in DEFA 554 revolver cannons with 125 rounds each, Mark 82s, of which we've got 4 on the body pylons, what seem to be generic laser guided bombs. These would normally be dropped with a Thales Damocles targeting pod, which isn't on here because obviously can't track anything anyway, they're just gravity bombs. Got the Super 530s Delta, the Delta variant, which is slightly longer, smaller fins. That is a semi-active radar homing, basically Fox 1s, and they would normally rely on the radar from the aircraft to get guided to their target. And then we've got the R550 Matramagic 2s, which are France's answer to the AIM-9 Sidewinder. So those are the rundown on the weaponry you can carry on this thing. So with that, let's drop some of it. So as you can see, the scenery itself actually comes with some custom buildings. We've got a helipad there that can be accessed through the world map. We've got our yellow and black checkered range tower there. Coming across here, we've got some targets, one in this circle here, and some tanks and fuel bowsers there. On the strafing pens, we've got a couple of targets on those, and we've got a couple of tanks in these circles here. In the big circle, we have a fuel bowser in the middle, or it could be a missile launcher of some sort. 4 tanks and something outlying the circle, and then we've got some more targets up here in the big empty rectangle. So it's nice to, you know, even though we've got the weapons, we now have a range that we can drop those weapons on, especially on those that are not able to access the freewares that are out there. So let's jump back in the jet and drop some bombs. Okay, so you join me just under 5 nautical miles away from the bombing range, which is there. We're just going to get ourselves set up. So we want to come to this panel here, BL1. Selected, prepped, master arm on. These are all bound to the water rudder. So I've bound my trigger to water rudder. I know there's a certain rubber duck floating around here somewhere in his F4. I will try to avoid that at all costs. Now, we're dropping the Mark 82s. Now this is done by CCIP, continuously computed impact point. So what will happen is you'll get a plumb line with a circle on it. You drop that circle on the target, and if all goes well, the bomb should land where that impact point was released at. So let's see if I can get something at least. These aren't perfect, remember, this is in a simulator that frowned upon weapons for quite a long time, so this is all new territory. It's not like I'm flying DCS or anything. So we're going to dive onto the target. I'll see if I can release all four at the same time. So just get ourselves into a bit of a dive. Let the plumb line come up to the target. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we look down. Might be able to see what we've dropped. And it dropped 2. Oh, dropped 1. So we might see some smoke in a minute. Here comes Rubber Duck. And there we go, that's where my bomb dropped in that circle there. Drop some flares just for the fun of it. Let's go around again, see if we can drop the rest of them. I don't think there's a way of rippling them all, much as I would love for that to be a thing. We've just hit bingo fuel. It's a good job I'm not flying back really. Okay, not the most elegant of attack profiles, I will say, but I'll try and get on there. Rifle. Okay. Okay, missed those, they come outside the circle there. Okay, so I've dropped all of my Mark 82s. We can now change our selection to the LGBs, which is labelled LGB. Now these would normally be launched in CCRP, which is it's either continually computed or constantly computed release point. Basically you fly straight and level with your Damocles targeting pod, and then as you get close to the target, a plumb line would drop. As it approaches the pickle line there, you push the button and the bombs would release, and then you guide them to the target with your laser. Unfortunately, again, that's not a thing on this, so it's going to have to be gravity. So let's see what happens when I do this. And then if Rubber Duck's still floating around, I'm going to shoot him with my missiles. What was that? completely missed. I went in the trees with that one. I do like the smoke. That's really good. It's nice to have things that come off the rails finally. I will say one thing about the updated Hawk. I wish Just Flight would have gone with everybody else and assigned their special commands to the water rudder. Unfortunately, their water rudder, when you hit that, it jettisons everything. So you have to use different keybinds for different aircraft, which is really annoying. Those will drop blind without the CCIP line. Using my Jedi powers there. And I got it in the circle at least. Right, let's go and find Rubber Duck. See if I can fire my missiles at him. Okay, there he is. I'll get the LGBs off. I'm going to go for the Magic 2s. And select Magic on there. Whoa. Damn. Fox 2. Fox 2. That was way too close. But these seem to have a bit of a loft on them. There we go. So we'll take off the Magics, and now we will go for the Super 530 Deltas. Let that prepare itself. Click for missiles. No, he's in gun range. Anyway, we'll fire these off. Getting too involved in that now. So, Fox 1, these loft over the top. Fox 1. And there goes my engines. So we are going to fire the cannons. Rinse them. Okay, what can we learn from this? Well, this was a very good video on how to manage your fuel stat or carry bags with you if you know you're going on a long range trip. But ignoring the fact that I'm now dead stick and have an F4 up my backside. There he goes. Go rubber ducky. Yeah, I hope you got something from this. If that being me being an idiot was one thing at least. So I'm going to eject, but thank you for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.